You're listening to a Gravestone production podcast.
A gentle and muffled whoom, whoom of magical sigils being pressed announces the arrival of guests in the foyer of Mayor's Tower. As the door opens, a pair of the human dog abominations that are the Entina charge into the room, short swords drawn, mouths open, tongue lolling, breath haggard in excitement as they storm through the room deeper into the tower. Following them through the door in a much more refined fashion strides Olympias, her hair held back by a sweaty headband. The morning sun and the lumbering form of her bodyguard Prexinos follow her into the tower. As the pair slowly make their way through the ground floor, Olympias finally speaks. The Antinas make no noise. I would have expected barking by now. Prexinos puts his hand against the oven. The coals have gone out, love. Judging by the rather orderly piles of ash outside, the fugitives are definitely not pigs, and have probably moved on from this place. Olympias sticks her head in the doorway of the tower main. One of the Antinas comes down the stairs, its sword sheathed, and stands panting in front of Olympias. Found nothing, dog. A sad growl. Olympias scowls. What of the demon? Prexinos approaches and puts a hand around her waist. If the oven is cold, love, the demon is probably gone now. Some guardian they were. I remember when Theophany wouldn't shut up about how good it was to have a guardian like that. Don't worry, dear. Prexinos begins to move her back towards the entrance of the tower. They've got nowhere to run. We're far enough away from any other island the Harpy could never reach land. Cleo will probably seek safety in a guardian's temple, but Scargus is not Nimini by a long shot. The Illrigger can't swim, and the Triton, should they choose to flee, well, who would believe them? But I reckon they're trapped here. Olympia sighs, resting her head on Prexinos' shoulder as they walk into the sun again. You are such a ray of sunshine, my love. But you already knew that. Of course, dear. Do you think they figured it out? The demon's condition. Prexinos tilts his head back to look Olympias in the eyes. Oh, I highly doubt it. I suspected the nature of a tragedy shrouded in irony, to be lost forever amongst the pages of truth's heavy book. Olympias smiles. Prexinos leans in and gives her a soft and passionate kiss. Have I ever told you how much I love it when you talk? Olympias lets out a chuckle as Prexinos gives her butt a squeeze. She slaps his hands away, still smiling. Not now, Prexinos. We have a job to do. Olympias lets out a low whistle, getting the attention of her Antina retinue. Find the scent, dogs. Find the scent.
Previously on the Epicast. Our heroes hike up to the volcanic temple.
These doors open up, deeper into the temple, and as the final clunk of their opening fades, a low mechanical hiss travels through the darkness, igniting lanterns on the 5 rows of pillars, bathing this enormous cathedral in light. The cathedral has an arched ceiling some 60 feet tall, covered in depictions of the deeds of Lotix. The room spans 75 feet wide and 100 feet long, ending in a towering metal and marble statue of Lotix. An absolutely ripped harpy with a hammer clutched in the right hand, raw iron in the left. One of their wings is a large, beautiful feathered wing. The other is a large, mechanized prosthetic of wrought bronze. To the left and right of the statue are alcoves, each with bronze statues of 5 sables arranged in different positions of play. And then behind the statue of Lotix, you can see a small set of double doors.
However, the temple contains a terrible trap.
I want to go look at the statue.
As you approach the statue, you begin to hear a low mechanical whirring, and the sables come to life and rush you, and they're going to get a surprise round.
Oh, I forgot to check for traps.
In a treacherous position, Vesuvius makes a plea.
I'm going to turn towards the statue of Lotix, and I'm going to raise my arms and offer a prayer to Lotix. And I'm going to say, Lotix, please hear my cry. This is Vesuvius, son of Zerate. We mean you no harm or disrespect. We are simply trying to find a way to get off this island and reverse the effects of our crew. We mean you no harm, and we come in peace. Please, lay off this attack.
Roll persuasion.
20.
The epic continues now.
Welcome back to the Epicast, everybody.
I just spilled water all over myself. It's fine.
That's what we're all about here on the Epicast.
Yes, I am your game master, as always, Scott Graves. With me is Jessica Simons.
Hey, y'all, that's me. I play Tassi, our swashbuckler rogue, as I tell you every week, just in case you forget. Every 2 weeks, just in case you forget. Fun fact of the day is we're doing some depressing facts, at least of those of us that have trauma.
It's called Sad Facts.
Sad facts. Yeah, I like sad facts today. I'd say that I've sort of mentioned this in passing before, that Tassi does not like the color bright green, partially because in the very blurry, vague memories she has, in the one that she remembers something, almost crushing her to death, very vaguely she can remember seeing like a bright green color in the edges of her vision. And it could have been a plant, it could have been, whatever she was lying on, it could have been what was on her. She's not really sure, but something about seeing like really vivid bright greens just makes her feel very slightly nauseous. So she has several things, just associations that she doesn't understand, but she doesn't know what they are until they happen. And suddenly they'll just be like, wow, I don't like sleeping on something soft and I don't like the color green. So it's kind of like playing trauma roulette by living, because she doesn't really know what happened, only that something awful did, just based off this weird blurry memory. That's one of the only things she has. Trauma.
Sad.
Yeah. With us is also Caitlin Evans.
Hello.
Woohoo!
If you haven't realized by now, I play Demetra. And
In case you weren't paying attention at all.
Past like 8 episodes.
and my sad fact, I guess. Demetra's parents are both dead. They were.
That's rough, buddy.
This is a terrible idea.
This was a terrible idea. I told everybody that. Yeah, we're still doing it.
They were executed in
What the heck?
after a failed rebellion against the government of Valerian.
Jeez.
Wow.
More on that later.
Parents are martyrs.
That'll be on the 5 o'clock news.
And now for the weather.
That's actually perfect. And now for the weather.
Katie's going to cast Call Lightning.
So speaking of Katie Ming, everybody.
Hello, 'tis I. I am still Alia the Beacon. I guess my sad fact would be the first time that she became like the beacon sort of person, it was more on accident than anything else. She had been trying to see if she could fly above the storm clouds to see the stars, and saw the ship down there and went down to help them, but she was too late to help some of the sailors who had already fallen overboard and were drowning. And so after seeing all that, she was like, I gotta help these people if I can, like later, because it really got to her seeing these people totally in distress, almost hitting the cliffs and dying. So then after that, she continually would help them when she could see them.
That's like a wholesome sad fact, though.
It is a wholesome sad fact.
She
stumbled upon her destiny and was just like, oh no, and then has been trying to help them ever since.
And last but not least, Nick Meyer, everybody.
Hey, everyone. It's me, Nick Meyer, playing Vesuvius, the sexy sword-swinging, hell-raising mother trucker. Vesuvius' sad fact, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before, but he doesn't know his mom. He doesn't know who she is, where she is, why she is, what she is.
Nobody ever asks how she is.
And certainly not how she is.
For good reason.
And, he's kind of he's poked around and asked around a bit, but he just always felt like there was such a sore subject and just always made things awkward and weird. And so he just kind of gave up on that a while ago. To never know that.
Okay. I've already introduced myself. I am Scott Graves.
Don't say a sad fact.
So I don't really want to do a sad
Don't
fact.
do a
No,
sad
yours is
fact.
personal.
We don't
Yours is,
need
yeah.
that. We don't need that energy.
What's a funny fact?
A
Yeah,
funny
tell us
fact?
a funny DM
Turn
fact.
it around. Yeah. Bring the lighthearted back.
Whether it's like a screw up or just a funny moment in game. What's a funny fact?
We need something lighthearted before
Yeah.
we all die in combat.
TPK to these freaking mongooses.
I think my fun fact is that my favorite description that I've written for this module is the entrance to the room you're currently in.
It was good.
Hey.
Like when I was
good.
It was
like
beautiful.
this is actually the first like set of the mini dungeons that I designed when I was building this module. So there you go. That's
Cool.
that's my fun fact for you guys.
Excellent.
Yeah. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, Vesuvius had made a plea to Lotix
Yep.
to call off the Sables.
Yep.
I rolled to determine if Lotix was listening. He was.
Hey.
And I'm going to turn in a fate token
Okay.
to give you a chance to re-roll
Okay.
that check.
Guys, I sort of feel like it's very important, so we're busting out. Mr. Sexy.
the sexy dice. Sexy dice.
I
Sexy
don't want to
dice.
fight any more geese. 23.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a lot better.
That is better.
Guys, I got a 20 and a 23 for these convincing. I feel like that's...
And the hammer of the statue of Lotix suddenly drops and goes
Okay.
clang against the stone pedestal that it is standing on before raising back into position. And these sables freeze and then scurry off back into the alcoves.
Thank God.
Charisma is
Mongoose today.
effective. We can talk our way out of situations. I love not having to always resort to violence. I know that's funny coming from the Knight of Hell, but honestly, killing is a work, you know? It's like a day, it's a day's work. I get time off work when I get to...
Can I keep using the rest of my healing spirit?
Please.
Yes, please.
Yes, you may maintain that.
Wonderful.
You can also take a short rest if you want.
I'm going to use the rest of the spell first, and then yeah, please.
Yeah. And then Katie healed us all very well.
Yep.
I'll hail the healer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may also take a short rest if you'd like.
Yes,
Yes, please.
Use hit dice, right?
You can spend
If you
hit
want to.
dice. That also recharges your action surge and your second wind
And my superiority
and your
dice.
superiority dice. Okay. So you press on the other side of...
Can we just like take a moment to actually look around and appreciate like the like this temple? Like for a second, like
it's-
what's like I would love to
It's
know what else
gorgeous.
is here. Okay.
In terms of like this hallway specifically, it's, as I said, 60 feet tall, 75 feet wide, 100 feet long. It's the statue of Lotix is very fine craftsmanship, and it's a mixture of materials. The body of the statue is marble. One of its wings is marble. The left wing is a large wrought bronze prosthetic, which you would know is accurate to Lotix's character.
Right.
They have a prosthetic wing. And the hammer that it's holding is made out of that wrought bronze as well. And then the statue's actually holding just raw iron ore in one hand. Along the ceiling is a bunch of very finely painted frescoes of craftsmanship. There's images of Lotix building these automatons. There's pictures of Lotix as with various deeds that they've done in their past, defeating certain creatures, creating massive works of architecture in Amphinea and Bazirma, and there's several of these pictures just glorifying Lotix.
Right. Can you cast detect magic?
Sure, I'll do that.
How much of this place is like magical versus mechanical?
Looks like it's entirely mechanical.
Entirely mechanical.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Sweet.
Are there any, as I search around, are there any like levers or buttons or anything that like seems like a magic, or not a magic, like a mechanical sort of thing that might be like, I don't know, hiding a secret door, or controlling the.
Just like to make investigation
stables?
checks?
I would like to. Someone else should do it too, because I suck at this.
I also suck, so I'm going to aid somebody else.
How define
15.
suck?
-1.
You don't see anything
Okay.
along those lines.
So nothing in the statue that's like secret lever, nothing like that. Okay.
I mean, the fact that the marble statue even moved
Pretty
in
incredible.
the first place, like you can as the more you inspect it, there's no joint there,
Ooh. He heard us.
And that wasn't. There's no magic on that.
and there's no magic on it.
Totally heard us. Cool.
He lives
That's
in the
pretty cool.
statue.
That is Lotix. Whoa.
Oh, he lives in Asteria.
Somehow I don't think that's quite it.
Before we press on, I'd like to take a minute and be like, so I get during a short rest, I'm like, well, in case that we actually do end up fighting more of these things in the temple or whatever, or we get back, I just want to say, everybody, you're doing a great job. If we come across combat, I encourage you, be ready. Let's have our guns out, guns blazing. I don't know what a gun is. It's a saying that I say. But let's be on our toes, all right? And that's me being an inspiring leader. So you guys are going to each gain 14 temporary hit points. So I know that temp HP box.
Woohoo.
And that basically lasts until your next rest or they are depleted.
Yeah.
Woo! Next long rest or short rest? Or
Either.
any? Okay, great.
Yeah.
At which point you can benefit from it again. So
You know what? You are full of surprises, Vesuvius. I really didn't think you'd be the encouraging type.
thanks.
That's such a backhanded compliment.
Thank you.
What? Big, intimidating, tall person. I didn't really expect it.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
You know, the scar kind of adds to your ambiance.
Yeah, the scar
of,
and the armor and the flaming sword. I know I'm
Knight
not
of
the
Hell.
most. Yeah, I mean that's all part of the job, though, right?
Yeah.
You know, I gotta. That's
I
part of the painkiller. You know, like code of conduct. You gotta inspire fear and. But like I'm also like I feel like I'm a diplomat at heart. Really? Like come on, like I'm here up on the surface. I'm kind of trying to represent
He is-
Nishval.
He is the person who has done the most diplomatic talking of us so far. Aside, I guess I did also telepathically speak to those dog creatures, but other than that, he's done all the negotiating, which has helped us. So
I enjoy it. What can I say?
I'm impressed. Like I said, I just, I'm continually surprised.
Thank you. Again.
I say we go through the door.
Yeah, so you head through the double doors to the south of you, behind the statue. This room contains several shelves along the walls, organized in columns to maximize the space. Amongst all of the shelves are assortments of various ores, minerals, and other materials. A set of carts are parked by the double doors to the right wall, and there's a door in the wall ahead of you and one on the left. So there's a set of double doors with a set of tracks that the carts can go on, leading out those doors. To your right, there's this door set in the south wall, and this door set in the east wall to your left.
A room with many doors.
Can I check out the double doors?
What else is in here?
There was like the ores on pedestals and stuff, and carts.
Yeah, it looks like it's just all raw materials. You want to check through the double doors?
Yes.
That opens up to a corridor that goes forwards and then turns left further south, and you can feel a little bit of heat coming from there.
Does it seem to be going up or down? Like down into the heart of the mountain or up toward the
It's still
caldera?
level.
All right.
We
And
did climb up the mountain a good ways, though. I guess we're not at the caldera yet, because it was a good 70 feet above us
Yeah.
before.
Okay, what about the other doors? I'm going to go to the south door.
The south door opens up to a long corridor with there's a door on the end of the hall, and there is a plaque set into the door, but it's dusty and you can't read it from here.
What the final door?
The final door in the eastern wall to your left is locked.
Can I use my proficiency with thieves' tools I've never used before to try to open it
You
up?
may make a thieves' tools check if you have some
I have
thieves'
proficiency
I-
with thieves' tools for whatever reason.
Can I check
also
to
have
make sure
these
it's
tools,
not?
Yeah.
Can I check to make sure it's not trapped first?
Sure.
That's a smart idea. What's the
Go ahead and
door?
roll.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Roll investigation for that.
Investigation.
Yeah.
What's the door?
Does anyone
made out of?
else want to check and I can help them? Because I have -1 investigation.
I'll
I'm
take
not
a look
good
and
at
see.
this. Okay,
Negative
great.
I'm not very
too,
good
so
at
you might as well
investigation, but I'll do it.
I will aid you.
I was saying, just this difference. Investigation is if you're actively looking at something. Perception is just surveying from
Yeah.
where you are.
It's a
kind of thing.
15.
15?
Yeah.
It does not appear to be trapped.
I think it's fine.
Cool.
Someone else
Vesuvius.
have, you're a rogue, right? With proficiency with thieves' tools?
I am.
Why don't you do it?
All right. What's your bonus in thieves' tools?
Yes.
How much?
How much?
Proficiency bonus.
So, plus
Nick
3.
doesn't have
Okay.
any decks.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'll do it.
Honestly, it's the first time I've used them too, so let's see how it goes. Does not go well.
Want to re-roll that?
Yes, I do.
Here's a fate token.
She has double-checked destiny.
All right, teacup dice, don't fail me now.
It's 24.
That'll pass.
That's way better.
Go.
Much better.
You pick the lock and open the door to reveal another storage closet. This one is deep and contains what look to be precious metals. There are small boxes along these shelves. Some of the small boxes contain precious gems. Some of the boxes along the walls contain gears and pins and mechanics that might only be understood by the most devoted of Lotix's followers.
I really don't think we should take this.
We're not
Somehow it
stealing
feels
from this
wrong
temple.
robbing a temple.
Especially
want
after
those
he
things
was very
attacking
kind
us.
to call off the attack and all that.
Yeah,
I feel
we-
like we shouldn't.
We have enough things trying to kill us as it is. Let's not make it more.
We'll close the
So
door
it's
again.
Nothing else in there? Just
Nope, nothing else in there.
cool.
All right.
All right.
Can I lock the door from the inside?
Yeah, you can lock the door. and
I'll
close
lock
the
it. I'll gently lock it.
I really don't know where I learned how to do this.
You're a natural kid.
I want to go and read that plaque. I also would
Yeah.
like to make sure there aren't traps while I'm
the
walking
hall.
down there. I don't want to get.
Yeah, go ahead and roll
speared.
perception.
Yay! Is it sight based?
Yes.
It's 21.
You do not see any traps, and as you get to about halfway down the hall, you can read the plaque with your keen eyes. It says Head Priest Office.
Oh, cool.
We might be able to find something
Is
in
it?
there.
If I go all the way down, is the door locked?
No, it's unlocked.
I'm gonna knock first.
That
No answer.
Great. Then I'm gonna go
It's a
inside.
ruined old temple.
Be terrified
Not
if
ruined,
someone
but it's a
answered. I'm gonna
ruined
follow
city.
you.
Yeah. So this long corridor opens up into a decently sized room that doubles as a bedroom and a closet, as well as an office. Sorry, a bedroom and an office. Why did I write closet? The four-poster bed on the eastern wall is made and covered with a thick, soft-looking blanket. The heavy oak wardrobe and bedside tables next to the bed speak of strong craftsmanship, and the heavy oak desk against the wall looks very, very sturdy. Everything in this room is covered in a decent layer of dust.
Are there any documents that might have this priest's name on them?
Yes, let me check for that. Their name was Paris.
Like Paris, like the city, or like Peris?
Like the Pokemon.
Like,
Yeah. That was honestly what I was thinking too.
yes, like the city, but also like the Iliad.
Oh yeah. Okay, great.
Vesuvius, there actually is something if you're looking at the desk that catches your eye.
Okay.
The drawers contain various papers on the upkeep of the temple, as well as orders from the forge and records of its works, mastercrafts, and who they were purchased by, contracted by, etc. One item that you note, Vesuvius, is that there was a cloak contracted by a woman named Delia the Illrigger, but it looks like it was never picked up.
There was a cloak?
A cloak contracted by a woman named Delia the Illrigger.
Does it say where this cloak might be?
It doesn't. It just says it was never picked up.
Is there a there's another door on this map. Is there another closet here or something like that?
There is another hallway.
Also, was there a date on that, like when it was supposed to be picked up?
Yeah, the dates from this are several hundred years old.
Oh, okay, great. So this person is probably
So-
dead.
Yeah, it's very safe to say that most likely this whole temple was destroyed when the volcano exploded, which was probably easily 1,000 years ago or more. It's so hard to tell.
Yeah.
So it's just like none of the like names mentioned of like in the ear of this are like relevant to your memory.
Great.
Because they don't like this world doesn't keep track of time. Like the year is X.
Yeah.
Number.
But I
It's
mean,
like
like
in the year of this person and reigning of Bazurma kind
But I
of
mean,
thing.
like the person who ordered this cloak, there's no way that they're still alive, and like we'll be like, "You took
Probably
my
not.
thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Nick, you can roll history though on Delia the Elder Rigger.
Do I get advantage?
Yeah.
Nope, I do not know nothing. 3.
Yeah, that would not be enough to remember anything about Delia.
Tragic.
Tears.
Tragic.
All right. What's in the closet?
Sorry, there is no closet.
Oh.
He maxed out his closet earlier.
I read that incorrectly. There is another hallway.
Ooh, I'm gonna go down it.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. You go through the door at the end to reveal a massive room.
Oh,
Ooh,
shoot. And this is where the
shoot.
other hallway seems to connect to as well.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
See a set of double
Large.
doors to the north.
Oh boy, this thing is huge.
This thing is huge. This large domed room is very, very warm. Spread throughout the room are giant bellows, a large central forge with multiple entrances surrounded by several sets of anvils. Specialty tools hang along the walls, while common tools sit on individual priest workbenches, their names carved on metal plaques hanging from the sides. Across from the entrance, a dull red light dances across an arched entryway to a balcony overlooking the caldera.
Oh.
A set of stairs lead down into the caldera, but just as you notice the stairs, you hear a rasping sound. As suddenly slipping out of the forge looms the figure of a gargantuan black serpent with red diamonds patterned down its back and large yellow eyes. It smiles, revealing large fangs and a forked tongue as huge black wings open up on its back.
Freaking wyverns.
Everybody needs to give me a saving throw.
Okay,
I don't know
realistically
which one yet.
speaking, we just came in through here. Would we be close together still?
Yes, you would be.
Okay, because that matters for making wisdom saves.
Let me check. It is a wisdom saving throw.
All right. I think you guys get advantage if we're all clumped together. You're all within 5 feet of me.
Great.
It's a 4 for me.
Ooh, yikes.
I don't get that advantage.
What was you got a 4?
4.
Fail.
27.
Pass.
16.
Fail.
Dirty 20.
Pass.
What was the number?
Probably like 18 or something.
DC 20.
Okay, good. Well, I
dang.
expended a superiority die.
Good choice. I was going to say,
Those who failed, you are a supernatural panic overcomes you. I will say you don't have to immediately start running, but you do have the frightened condition towards this creature.
Definitely can't move any closer. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't move closer.
Were you guys both at full health or no?
So there's a
No.
large area in the center of this map that is the forge, and you would not want to walk into because it's currently lit.
Oh boy.
It's and it looks like the way this room is designed, there is a massive central forge with a bunch of openings into it, and all the workbenches are moving along like almost like a wagon wheel kind of thing.
That's kind of cool.
This creature has emerged out from the.
It's a snake. Oh, it's a big snake.
It is a
it's got
big
bigger.
snake.
that's about 3 times our size.
Oh heck.
Oh, sorry. It's bigger.
Sorry, he's 4 times our size, actually.
Size category gargantuan.
It could swallow me.
Gargantuan?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's as big as they get, y'all.
You know, there's some fights that we cannot win.
No, there's colossal.
That's true. It's colossal. You're right.
Caitlin,
Hi.
Demetra may make a history check with advantage.
Okay.
Or a nature check.
Ooh,
Could you describe this creature once more for the audience and for myself?
What you see is a large, gargantuan black snake with red eyes and red diamond patterns down the back. And those who failed the saving throw see large, massive black wings unfurling from behind it with the patterns that make it look like the eyes on the wings.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Those of you who passed, recognize those wings as illusions.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
17.
17.
That's a cool touch.
You know, you've seen this creature before. This
Her
creature
monster.
is a catasfidi,
Ooh.
Oh,
but this is the biggest catasfidi you have ever seen.
okay.
What does she know about that?
Demetra.
I fought one of these before.
You know. Oh, she knows. What do you know?
What do I know?
It is a large magical beast. Very territorial.
Oh boy. Where's the balcony that you said that had like the stairway?
The balcony that you have is the south end of this chamber.
Wonderful.
And as this creature unfurls the wings, it says, "Leave my home."
We're here for the calderas, right? Or for the
For
flower.
The flower.
Yeah,
and those don't seem to be in here.
They're in the
This is
caldera.
Definitely not the caldera.
No. Why did we come here in the first place?
Because
We're looking-
there's a staircase to the caldera right there.
We
You
have
think
to get
so?
past.
Yes, he said that a second ago. That there's that down here on the south side, there's a balcony that has a staircase that leads to the caldera.
How big is the staircase? Like how wide is it?
I will illuminate it for you. Ta-da.
So it's like 5 feet wide. So if we ran in there, this guy would probably not be able to follow us in there. right?
The staircase is open air.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
Well, then
it's
how do we
off of
get
a
back out?
balcony.
Oh, because this goes back in the side of the mountain.
Yeah. So the staircase is like carved into the side of the caldera, going down deeper towards this open area. Like it's just open staircase into the caldera, and you can see down below. The stairs on the landing overlook a deep and wide crater. The caldera must be at least a mile or two wide and over 100 feet deep. It's hard to tell how deep the caldera truly is, as a rather large lake has formed in the middle. And along the edge of the lake, you can see a light dusting of purple flowers poking out from the harsh black earth.
We can see that from here?
I'm giving you a little bit of like a bird's eye view of this.
Oh, okay.
Your characters can't see that deep because it's blocked by the balcony. But the stairs off to the left side, or off to the side of the platform, wind down to the black ground below and are full of small holes in no particular pattern, though the integrity of the structure still feels strong.
So this snake here kind of feels like something that kind of like maybe probably set up residence here as it's taken as its home, and probably not like something that's like a guardian of the temple, right?
That's one way to look at it. I can either confirm or deny.
How do
is there
I?
a role I can do? Is that like an assumption, or is that like a role I can probably do, or maybe she could do?
You would know that like Catasfidi and Lotics aren't particularly
Associated.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we just talk to the snake?
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I was
We
gonna
make
be
a
like-
break for it.
I think my sword sheath anyway, but I put my hands up in the air and I just say, "We are sorry to disturb you. We are simply here on a quest to gather a flower, a single flower, to be able to restore our crew who have been wrongfully turned into beasts by evil people. We need know your time and we'll take none of your treasure or space. We simply want a flower."
Absolutely not.
Oh man.
Oh man.
This is my domain. Get out!
Tactical retreat, heal up, buff, and then come back.
I'm gonna
Can we intimidate it?
telepathically talk to you
I
in
very
particular
much
and be
doubt.
like, I would appreciate it if you could keep him talking for as long as you can so that I can turn invisible and fly down there, grab some flowers, and we can leave.
Can I think back to you with Brucial telepathy or not?
Yes.
Great idea. And then I just keep talking to say, absolutely, by all means, you are a incredibly fearsome and powerful being. We would not want to disturb your domain at all, but may I just say, as I'm talking, can she just do
And I'm
this?
going to hide behind him and then cast greater invisibility on myself.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
If anything, you could, because you failed the throw, right?
I did.
You could just turn around and run back into the hallway, out of line of sight, which would end frightened condition usually.
That's true.
You could just run away.
and then I could be invisible and come back out.
Yeah.
Why don't you just run away? You just turn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just do that. Just run towards the hallway.
So I will run away over there.
Okay.
Once I'm out of line of sight, I will cast Greater Invisibility on myself.
Okay.
I'm assuming I still
Greater
have to...
invisibility?
Yes.
It's not a 6th level spell?
It's a 4th level spell.
Invisibility is so broken. There's no way.
Greater invisibility is nasty. I
It's
love it.
so good. I can't believe that's not. That has
It is
to be.
in fact a greater... Well, I mean, can I not take it if it says that you have to have like one of two different... It has like a... On my little app, it has like land/Underdark.
You
can I
cannot
not
You
take
can't
that.
take it.
Ah!
Yeah,
Never
Yellow's.
mind.
That's
That
not
is a druid circle of land Underdark circle ability spell.
So sad. I'm so sad I noticed that.
Wait, but you
Can you
have
still
pass
do,
without
like,
trace,
normal?
right?
I do have pass
well,
without trace.
no, I would have noticed it too because I just looked at Greater Invisibility and it's like Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard, and I'm like, hold on.
yeah.
However, you have pass without
Or-
trace, which would give.
I
and
have
if you-
pass without trace and I have wild shape.
And if you could do that on and wild shape.
Wild shape into a fly.
You would
And like,
I've,
got to be able to carry it.
so I want to point out with Pass Without Trace, that does not stop anybody from actively seeing
Seeing.
you.
Right, it's just a +10 to your stealth checks,
Yeah.
which is amazing. You could also, if you wanted, you could cast path. You and Tassie could run away because she also failed,
it's true, I did.
and then you could one shot of line of sight, cast path of trace on her, which gave her a +22 to stealth, and then she could try to run down there and grab it. And come
Lowest I
back.
could roll is a 23.
I'm going to ask this question.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
This is a gargantuan Catasphede snake who is tall enough to look down upon all of you.
Right.
And you want her to try and stealth by it. Its eyes are the size of her.
Can't.
Okay, but here's the weird thing. There's also another entrance to this room in the back, the double doors, that's facing away from right now, right?
I'd have to.
Plus, there's this big forge in the middle of it. So theoretically, if she went all the way around the hallway, came open through those doors, and this is like a magical stealthing ability. So she has like some sort of like magical, ability to be unseen, to run around down the stairs, grab a flower, come back, go the same way. If I'm kind of talking to it and it's facing just me, and she kind of skirts around the forge, the giant forge in the middle of the room.
I feel like it might see me right here, though. No matter what, because even if I came from the north around the forge, it would rely on it not seeing me come up behind it, sneaking around the forge, and then directly into its line of sight again, going down the stairs.
It's not direct into the line of sight.
I'm just
The
saying
way-
you can attempt this, but it's going to be very, very, very
Okay.
difficult.
Can
Okay.
we just
Hold
Also-
on, hold on.
What if I just ran away screaming and pretended I'd like gone crazy? Because I'm
What's-
already terrified.
What's the point of that?
Maybe it wouldn't chase if I ran deeper. I don't
So-
know.
I
So
feel
if I
like
can't have greater invisibility and I switch it out for a different spell that I can have, right? If I were to use conjure woodland beings, could I make something like little like birds or something that could feasibly appear in this area and have them like go fly over there, pick flowers in their beaks, and then like leave and meet us somewhere else? Is that something that like feasibly I could do if I were in the hallway?
What if you conjured woodland beings as like an offering? We could get a couple of deer and be like, oh, great, snake, please cool your scales for a second. while we
I
pick a
don't think
flower."
that's gonna work. I think
don't know.
using them to get the stuff for us would work way better.
Can you control them?
Yeah.
is there another entrance to this caldera that we're aware of?
Not that you can see.
But like, it's a volcano, right?
Yeah, they obey any verbal commands that I issue.
So theoretically, could something fly into this thing from above?
We talked about how that might be a bit of a problem with
With fall damage if you get hit by something or...
Well, if
Yeah.
it's you just conjure a flying little birdie
That's what I was saying, yeah.
and go in and pick the flowers for us and come back out. Also, I feel like you guys are studying on the stealth thing too much because there's this giant forge in the middle of the room. It's on the northeast side, and the stairs are on the south side. So it's kind of cutting off a little bit of the line of sight, especially if you're coming from behind it, if it's not facing that way. Plus, if you have a plus 22 to stealth, you could get a 44 theoretically for that. Plus, don't you have like guidance or something you can cast on her as well?
I do.
I mean, you
I
can
keep
do
forgetting I
both,
have guidance,
Guidance
but I
only
do
lasts
in
for a
fact have
minute.
guidance, but yeah.
But I mean, that'd still be enough time if you're just dashing.
Thoughts on my conjure woodland beings idea?
This is not a spell I've thought about because it does have Fae, and Fae isn't really a thing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
So-
'cause I don't
I
know.
think it's not necessarily.
I have to figure out other. I feel like the challenge rating 2 or lower is fine. I don't know what those would look like so much as.
I was planning on doing like a handful of very small ones, not like big things, because I wanted to
so
try
like
to get a
8
few, and that way,
birds
even if
kinda
like
thing.
that way, even if some of them got knocked down or like got attacked by the snake, hopefully at least one of them will survive.
Yeah, I mean, an eagle is challenge rating 0, so you could do 8 of the 8 eagles and just fly in there.
Yeah, I was planning on doing some sort of bird that I might have seen on the walk up that could feasibly have strayed this far, because birds end up in weird places all the time, you know. So I was hoping for it to be like to look like birds that could be here and that it wouldn't be out of place. Because I can cast it up to 60 feet away from me, so they don't have to come out of the same hallway I'm in. They can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like be flying around.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Well, then I'm in the hallway because I already ran in the hallway,
Yes.
regardless. So I will try that, and I'm gonna try. Hold on, how far away?
If the birds fail, I guess we stealth or we have to fight this thing. But I'm pretty sure this thing can eat us.
I think that the idea would be birds first, because it's not going to think that's us,
Yeah.
probably. And then stealth.
Okay.
And then we're waiting outside the door. If it sees you, we jump in to attack.
So these birds will last up to an hour, and they will listen to any commands I give.
Okay.
So I will cast them. I just checked. I can cast them in the stairway, and that's 60 feet from where I am right now in the doorway of like the thing.
Oh, nice.
So then this little flock of birds will start at the like where the balcony is, because when I looked at it, it was right here, you know, and then they can fly down, each pick one flower, and then I'll tell them to meet us at the entrance of the temple. So they'll fly up and then back around to the entrance of the temple.
Okay.
That is my plan. I will cast that.
Great idea.
Okay. I'm just holding right now, assuming that Alia has a plan because she just ran into the hallway, even though I am terrified.
I think I'm just going to keep talking and just kind of walking like around, like kind of like I'm heading towards the stairs, trying to draw eyes away. Sorry, not towards the stairs, towards the hallway that we came from, which is slightly away from the stairs. Or at least some line of sight of the stairs. Just keep talking and just trying to get a line of sight to follow me.
Okay. So, how does this Conjure Woodlands spell look like? Is it like, because it kind of just all of a sudden eagles appear in that area?
Our eagles,
Because
birds we would
this
have seen
says like
around
they
here.
appear in an unoccupied space. You can see the range. So I think that's kind of like you're able to like, maybe they're actual birds from somewhere, but then they suddenly go whoop, and they're where
Yeah.
you want them to be.
Yeah. I think it would probably be like they would kind of appear from above, not from below. So it would kind of be like almost like they phase into being is what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
So
because I worship a Kaini for the most part, and so he, since god of like the sky and all of that kind of stuff, they would be coming from up, not from down. So kind of like swooping down, but like they weren't there, and all of a sudden there's something swooping there. And I purposefully angled it in when I was trying to do it so that it's on the other side of the forge from where the snake is. So hopefully
Right.
he can't see that. They just kind of appeared.
Okay. I'm gonna roll perception for a couple things.
Can I roll something as like a distracting sort of thing?
No, because it's got a couple things that's noticing.
Okay.
I also am going to take a few steps back slowly, just like eyes locked on the snake. Lost like all color.
Are you going to back up with us to make sure? Or are you standing there all yourself?
No, I'm gonna get closer to it. I want to taunt the snake.
Are you sure about that? Okay.
I think a couple things happen here. Because I rolled perception for the snake, for the Katasvidi, and it did notice the birds suddenly appearing in the thing, became distracted by that, but then tracked it to, because there's a little bit, it's not complete line of sight blocked on that door. And so I think it would kind of move a little bit towards it in curiosity and spy you casting the spell, Alia. Because you have to have the door open for line of sight.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not happy about that. So it's going to go say, I said, be gone! And dash over and attack the birds
Oh.
that it assumes you summoned.
Okay. How far would the birds have been able to go?
Well, you considering you just summoned them?
Oh. How
I think
fast
they're
can this thing move?
Heckin'.
Extremely fast. Just move
fast.
I mean, it's a huge snake. It
Just move like
stretches half the length, I
6
imagine.
feet.
It's just gonna give it a little bite.
Okay. So it is now in front of where we need to go.
That's gonna be a 25 to hit your birds.
I mean, I'm assuming that hits, but like, can he attack all of them at once?
Are they individual or are they like a cluster?
It's 8 fey creatures.
They have an armor
They have,
class
like,
of 12 and 3 hit points.
8 eagles.
Yep.
Plus a 12. And this is a massive snake.
But,
I'm
like,
gonna
can
roll
it hit 8 eagles
to
at
see.
once?
I'm gonna roll a d4 to see how many it gets.
Okay.
Because whatever it gets, it's killing.
Obviously, immediately, yeah. That's why I went for 8, because I was like, hopefully at least one will live.
Got 3.
Okay. But there's still 5 more.
Yes. I mean, I think we're gonna go into initiative. Unless you're just gonna let it chase down and get these.
Can it
birds.
chase it down the stairs?
Yeah, are the stairs wide enough for it to go down?
I don't know if it has to.
Looks like it is wide enough for me.
No,
It doesn't have to go down the stairs. It can just go over the top of the stairs. The stairs are open air.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no. Oh, I see. Okay.
We gotta get those flowers and get out of here.
Yeah. I don't think we have a choice.
We are not all at full. I think a tactical retreat and a plan is probably best at this point. What do you guys think?
That could be. What was your idea, Caitlin? No, I want to hear it.
Its home is like this forge area in the middle, like it's trying to protect this
think-
area that we're in.
I think
Probably
it
the
might
whole-
be the whole caldera.
Yeah.
It might be the whole caldera.
The whole
yeah.
caldera. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's dumb.
'Cause-
You
Yeah,
can
'cause-
roll insight. Nick, you were talking to it.
Yeah, well, because since we said we just want to get the flowers and then we'll leave and that's it, and he's like, no, this is my domain. That makes me think that he's like guarding the whole, like including the flowers.
19.
You would into it by the way it was talking that it means this room and the entire caldera,
Oof.
which checks out with about the size of territory that Kadasvidi claim from your understanding.
So can he see the whole caldera from this forge, or does he have to be on the balcony to see that all in there?
You'd have to be on the balcony to see the entirety of it, but you can definitely see a decent amount of it through the balcony. The little bit that I have on the map is not the entirety of it. It's just like the important part that you would go to.
Right.
Can it fit through that northern staircase?
The northern hallway?
Yeah,
No, well, maybe.
maybe we don't know.
It's hard to tell. It might be able to squeeze itself through it,
Okay.
but it definitely could not fit through the door that you guys came through.
Okay.
And are you able to tell us how fast it can move? Like what its movement speed is?
No?
No.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool. Just assume it's 60 feet or something.
It's fast.
The average creature has a 30-foot movement speed, if that helps.
Okay.
Okay, well, we need to move because it's only a matter of time before it gets pissed enough to start attacking us. So we either need to act or we need to retreat and make a plan, like Vesuvius is saying.
You guys aren't even at full.
No.
No.
I really just like this feels like a very much like a big boss kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Maybe we should back off and make sure we're ready to go in and figure out a plan.
Yeah,
and
I say maybe we go back to the front and wait and see if it gets all the birds or if one of them can sneak by.
Yeah.
I mean, I could try to like sling something at it from behind and see if I can make it mad enough that it'll like from this doorway that it'll like distract it from the birds. But
That's what I was gonna suggest. Is that like since I'm kind of in here, move up over here and start like
Kicking stuff?
Yeah, start throwing stuff at like the center to try to distract it so it doesn't hit the birds.
yeah.
Or that if I get to that side of the room, distract it, then retreat through those doors behind me, while it's like taunted at me, would you be able to fly into the caldera and get a flower yourself and fly out, or no?
You have goading strike.
I do have goading strike.
That might work.
Especially if you're in like a doorway
Yeah.
and he can't quite reach you.
Yeah.
Well, right now it's blocking the balcony with its entire body.
Right.
Yeah.
So we would need to get it towards the top of the room. So what I'm thinking is maybe if these eagles fail, we back out in this hallway. We go, you and me, Demetra, we go around to the double doors at the north side of the room. And then you guys, Tassi and
Like your original plan.
Alia, come off of the side hallway. And while we're distracting it, she's got goading strike.
Yeah.
You can like pass without trace or just fly down there.
And just run for it.
Yeah,
and just try to get it. And
That's
then
which was Caitlin's original plan, which I
Yes.
think is turning out to be the best.
Our best shot. Yeah.
that's a
With
great idea.
Caitlin.
Yeah. So should we retreat, like get all ready and then do that?
Yeah, because I'm still frightened, guys.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
While it's dealing with those eagles, let's back out.
All right,
Great.
tactical retreat.
Tactical retreat.
And then will I know, like based on like how concentrating on the spell, if once all the eagles are gone? Okay, great.
Okay.
So how long does it take him to get all the eagles? Does he get all the eagles? Yeah.
It does get all the
Darn.
eagles, and I will say, from what you can tell, I think roll an Arcana check, but I think you can try and get a little bit of information on how it gets them.
And how it gets
Okay,
them.
while we're back here,
That's a natural one.
Okay, yeah, can't
Can,
really
can
tell.
we like stand in the hallway door and like watch?
Yeah, you could do that.
Scooby-Doo peek through.
Yeah, you can see as it like these eagles very quickly will fly out of range. But then it manifests these black blades of
Cool.
like energy in the air, and they go.
Oh no.
That's kick
Strike
ass.
each of those.
That's actually
It's
so
scary
freaking
as
cool.
heck.
All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna purposely leave this door open.
Okay.
Ooh, good idea.
Yeah.
Extra escape route.
Yeah.
Okay.
What signal should we have? Like, should we have a signal when we get back in, or should we just come back around the hallway and be like, "Time to go, guys"?
Well, I think. Oh, like when you guys try to go get it.
when we get back.
I think when you just start hearing us talking
Yeah.
to, taunting,
Okay.
strike, she's goading, striking, or whatever it.
Yeah.
Then so I think we.
Okay.
From where we were, could I see if there were any small animals already in the caldera?
You didn't see any.
Didn't see any?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
From-
for my reference, yeah.
Yeah. It's from what you know, just geography and terrain. This high up on the mountain, on anything, it's probably dead of
Yeah.
animals.
Could you wild?
Especially with the creature like this here, which is
Super territorial.
so territorial, it will kill anything that
Yeah.
dallies for too long.
Could you wild shape into something really fast?
That's what I was thinking is if we go back out to the entrance and you guys are going to come and distract it.
Or really
Once I
stealthy.
hear it being distracted, if I fly up to the top, like before, not quite where it can see me, then I can enter the caldera. I can wild shape into flying things now too. So I can fly in, get some stuff and leave.
You could come from outside the temple.
Coming
too.
from outside, yeah.
That's not a better idea too. Because then we got two sort of.
How long would that take you? Because this is a big place. Like the entrance is the cavern was gargantuan. So you would have to go all the way back out to the entrance and then fly up and over.
We just wait for her to get up there. And she can use her telepathy to let us know when she's
How long would
ready.
it take?
That's
Since
true.
we're not exploring anymore, how long would it take for us to just walk back out of the temple?
Like a couple
Not
minutes.
long.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not like
And it's only what 70 feet up. You said 90 feet from the entrance of the temple to the top of the caldera.
Yeah.
And I have a 30-foot flying speed, even just as I am now.
Okay.
Yeah. You just
So that
fly
would-
up there, wait
yeah,
on a perch,
it
and
wouldn't
then
take too long.
Wait before you go in. We'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
we're ready.
Okay, so why don't we'll modify the plan. We'll have you two, we have the taunting squad in the northern hallway. We'll have Alia fly up to the caldera, and I can wait in the eastern hallway just in case something happens to dash in and help.
Yeah, back
or
up.
I don't know. I think I should wait in that hallway just in case something happens to try and go get back up.
Yeah, backup is good.
Yeah, because I mean the only danger is that if you go down in that caldera, even with a dash on my part, it'll take at least 2 rounds for me to get to you. At least.
I mean, I really think
Yeah.
if we have it distracted, facing away from the caldera, away from the staircase, and you have goading strike, I don't see any reason why it would turn around at all.
Yeah, and I'd like to just be the quietest bird that I can be.
And you can cast Pass Without Trace on yourself.
I can.
And then Wild Shape.
Yeah.
And keep that. That
Okay.
sounds... Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you can just be at the front, too, and distracting it as well. With us, too, if you wanted to.
I want to stay in that eastern hallway just in case something goes wrong. Because if something goes wrong, we have to get that flower and get her out. And that would, if we're all in that northern hallway, I would have to go all the way around to get
it can
around
be good
it.
for flanking, too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if flanking works on a creature this big, but...
I'll make noise if we need extra distraction, but I think that having someone ready to go just in case we need to go get her bird body out is a good idea.
That's a good idea. How are you looking on spell slots, Katie?
I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm okay. I have 1 4th level left. I have a couple second. I have a couple third. I haven't used any of my first yet.
Oh, that's
So I'm doing pretty
So
good.
do you want to like use a second level healing summon to, or what's your healing spells? 'Cause
I've got cure wounds. I can use first level ones.
do some first level cure wounds,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then maybe or should we just take a short rest?
I
We
would
just did
rather not
that.
use hit die, and we just short rested.
Okay.
I'll go back to.
Because we also have your temporary hit points. We do have the
Yeah, we do
extra.
have that.
I'm just saying if we short rest again, honestly, what I can do, here's a
I don't think
real.
we'd be allowed to.
Here's a real. I'm stretching the rules here. So what I can do is I can use my infernal conduit to give you health from my temporary hit points, and then she heals me, and then we can short rest, and then I can give everyone the temporary hit points back, including myself.
I think we just short rested though.
Is that how that works?
It can work like
or is
that.
that you take your hit points and
Nope.
give them not temporary?
Infernal conduit. If you have any extra that can convert it to temporary, you can give allies to your health equal to from your temporary hit points as well.
Okay.
It will use my infernal conduits, and just do not recharge in a short rest.
Either way, I'm going to cast
Okay.
cure wounds right now.
Sweet.
On who?
On you. And that
On Alia.
Yeah, on Alia. So that's 7 plus 6. So that would be 13 points of healing to you.
That'll do it.
And then I'll cast one for me as well. Because I should only need one anyway.
Okay.
I could also. Oh, I'll be fine. I'm only 5 off.
Max 14 points of healing to me.
Are you maxed out for you?
Indeed it is. That's actually more than I needed.
Okay.
All right. Let's do the plan then, guys. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, I'm only 5 down, so I'm good to go.
Okay.
Okay, so
should
walk
I-
me through this plan.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to go all the way out of the temple.
Okay.
And then I'm going to polymorph into a very quiet bird. I don't know what bird. Not polymorph. Wild shape. A quiet
Okay.
bird that has
Well,
talons I can
You're
use.
going to pass without tracing yourself first, right?
Yes, pass without trace first. Wild shape into a quiet bird. Fly up to the top of the caldera, but not quite the very top, so I'm out of eye line. And I'm going to wait until I can hear all this craziness happening. And if it takes a while and I don't hear anything, I'm going to telepathically connect to one of them, because I can do that in my wild shape, I think, still. Right?
Okay.
Because I could as a boar, so I'm assuming I still can in wild shape. And so once they're...
Sorry, no, not as a wild shape.
I can't use it in wild shape?
No.
Okay, well, I'll just listen and watch, and I'll peek my head over if I need to look.
You can't
and
do
see.
what in your wild shape?
Use
The
my brooch
telepathy.
of telepathy.
That was a
Oh.
boar thing because it wasn't a perfect polymorph.
Oh, okay, great.
Mm.
You could
And
be
then-
a hawk.
I could be a hawk. That's a good one. And then once I see that the snake is being distracted by all of them, I'm gonna swoop down as fast as I can, grab as many flowers in my talons as I can grab, and then leave while it's being distracted. And then once I come back around, I'll, as quick as I can, run back through at least to yell and be like, I got him, and then we can leave.
Okay.
How many
I'm-
flowers do you think realistically we're going to need
I don't know.
for
You
what?
need one.
Just
Okay,
one?
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna grab a couple. That way, in case we mess up a roll or we drop one or something, we have more than.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
grab
Sure.
like at least 1 or 2, like maybe even 2 in each. It depends, but
Yeah.
Depends how big they are, but
yeah.
And then I'm in the eastern hallway on that side, just in case something goes wrong and we have to run in and get her.
yeah. And Caitlin's planning using her goading attack to keep its attention.
Okay.
Well, let's try.
If we
and,
can, yeah.
Well, no, let's try and taunt it first so that it gets close enough that I can hit it because I have to hit it to use my goading attack. So.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Great.
Okay, so I think as I go in there, I think I'm going to prepare to cast Bane on it.
Okay.
So it's going to have a minus D4, and it's like a checks to perceive as well.
Would that automatically put us into initiative when you do that?
I mean, I'm suspecting that we're going to be
We're gonna
fighting.
go into initiative.
Basically, if you're planning on opening the door and taunting it, I think you're opening the door. It's going to see you preparing to cast spells, preparing to attack it, and that's going to send us into initiative.
I think that's the best way to like really just make sure that it's distracted.
Yeah.
I just wanted to try to talk to it again first, have it get close enough to us, and then do casting, hitting it.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
whatever.
Yeah, for sure. We'll make sure it's like right there in the entrance before we.
Let's do it.
So I cast I cast Pass Without Trace at the entrance of the thing, turn into a hawk, and I fly up and I wait until I hear the stuff.
We are kicking off. As you throw open the doors, this Katasfidi will move in front of you, wings out again. Said, I told you to leave. Roll me wisdom saving throws again.
Right.
Oh, we have to do it again? We're not immune to it?
I don't believe so.
This does not affect me because I'm not within
Nope.
sight of it, yeah.
21 still.
If I'm peeking through the doorway, does that count because I'm like behind?
You are not in range of the spell. What'd you get, Caleb?
Oh no. 7.
That's a fail.
What's our
So you
wait,
gain-
hold on. How many tokens we got?
2. Do you want to burn it?
Is it worth it to double check Destiny?
It might be.
How many can you use your superiority dice again?
That's what I
Well, she
used
can
it
still
with.
attack. She just can't get closer
You used
to
it there?
Yeah.
When you had a 7?
You can still.
No. I rolled a 4, and then I rolled a 3 with my superiority dice. So then it ended up
We
being
know
a 7.
it's a 20, so you probably should just not burn that. But we can do it again. We can do
The frightened condition. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls where the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
I suppose you could just like yell at it and make it angry, or we can use this to double check.
I mean, all you really gotta do right now is distract it.
Oh, I was gonna say you should cast protection from evil and good on yourself, so you have advantage on the charms conditions.
Whoops.
I guess you can just do that right
Casting
now.
that would give you a chance to make that save again.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can
Yeah.
do that.
Sure.
Okay.
I need
think
to
that's
roll
gonna
anything, or
throw
no?
us into initiative. Though.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Do I have to roll for that? Am I technically in initiative?
Yes, you do.
Woo!
Okay, Tassi,
17.
Vesuvius,
13.
Alia,
That's a 7.
Dimitra,
18.
18. Top of the order. Dimitra, go ahead.
Ooh, okay. Do I have to make a saving throw since I'm frightened, or no?
So if you are casting protection from good and evil on yourself,
Yeah.
that'll give you a chance to re-roll that fear saving throw.
Right now.
Yes.
Okay.
What'd you get?
10.
10. That is a fail. However, if you end your turn with out of line of sight, it ends the condition.
Just turn around.
I just turn around, close the doors, and come back in.
Facing doesn't work so much.
Just close the door.
You could close the doors. And then,
Playing whack-a-mole now.
Wait, okay, we're technically on the map. We're technically not inside the room yet. We just threw open the doors. Can I just lean forward and close the doors? And will that
yeah,
reset
you
it?
absolutely could. Tassi, it is your turn. So you hear the doors open and then close.
I'm just gonna lean in and go. And just kind of barely peek my nose around and see the doors close and go. What?
Or just gently lean back in and ready in action to dash if I hear any kind of distress coming from Alia.
Okay.
And my, just for my own like planning, my flight speed as a hawk is 60 feet, yeah? Instead of 30? And when I was looking it up, it looked like it was 60 feet. Does that sound right? Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Okay.
I want to make sure I wasn't misreading that. Great.
And if you dash,
Yeah.
Okay, Vesuvius.
Well, I passed that.
You open the doors and then Dimitri just closed them.
I say, okay, I go.
And she's like doors closed. She's just panting.
All right, hey, why don't you take a break? Why don't you cast that nice old spell you got? And then I open the doors again. Say, well, I was gonna say was, well, I told you not to be such a little bitch.
Okay.
All we need is a gosh dang flower, man. What is your deal?
You're going to cast Bane on him too?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Bane on him.
Okay. How does Bane work?
He's got to make a charisma saving throw, and he has to subtract a d4 from all his ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws.
No. The casting of it.
Huh?
How does the casting of it work? It's a piety boon. I use it. It's an action.
Okay.
What?
You cast Bane then.
Okay.
I think he
Did
was
it work?
looking at how far away the thing was from you to see.
I mean, it's like 30 to 60 feet.
Make an Arcana check.
Make an Arcana check. Does it come out? What does that mean? 7.
Probably worked.
I know if it failed. Like that's how it works. You tell him.
I don't know.
Like every time I cast Bane before, it's like, oh, this person passes or fails.
Okay. If that's the case, you don't have anything to target.
What?
What?
Crap on
What?
a cracker.
Does Bane not affect that creature type? Is it like an
Or it's
abomination
the
or
whole
something?
thing is an illusion.
That's possible too. It hasn't hit any of us yet.
But
It
an
hit- it
illusion
destroyed
ate
the
your
eagles,
birds.
and it
It did. It did
but
destroy
it
my birds.
wasn't eating them. It was throwing these black blades at them.
That's true. It could be something else.
Okay, but it still destroyed them, so it can still hurt us and is angry.
So I cast it, and I'm trying to cast this thing, and I'm realizing there's nothing.
It must be a major
I'm cursing
illusion.
nothing. Or I just can't.
Correct. You tried to cast Bane. You did all the chanting, everything. You spent that energy, and you feel like you targeted nothing.
It must be a major illusion, and there must be some sort of like wizard or some sort of magic user in here that cast it and that was afterwards then used some sort of spell to attack the birds.
Or it's just an ability it has, some sort of weird ability.
Yeah, sometimes like big, massive, magical creatures like that, they have abilities that like, oh, you can't get targeted by certain things. And
That's true, but I'm still thinking it's a major illusion.
either
No,
way, that
'cause
doesn't
usually-
change our current course of action.
Usually that's like a legendary resistance. In that case, it just says it just doesn't work. But this is not that.
No, sometimes they're like magical beasts. and
Try to
stuff
hit
that-
it. See if it goes through him.
Can I just
Yeah.
walk up to
Touch
it
it.
with my shield and sword out and just kind of like punch it?
It's just an insult.
You're like try and touch it.
Yeah.
I punched the snake.
I punched a snake. I rolled a punch a snake.
Your hand passes right through it.
It was all an illusion, but it can still attack us
Hurt somehow.
Alia, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
Wonderful.
This is not what I expected.
I'm gonna dash. I don't see any of this happening. I'm gonna dash as a hawk, which means if I have 60 feet of flying as a hawk
I think
and I dash to 120.
you need to make a perception check first because you say we're going to try and hear
Oh, that's
when
right.
things are going down.
That's right. That's right.
I think this is going to be relatively tough because they're deep in a mountain.
Yeah.
the
But he
balcony's
yelled
open
and
though,
called
right?
it a bitch.
Balcony is open. There's also hasn't been a whole lot of noise yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? There's just been a door opening and a door closing. It's like the loudest thing.
That's a dirty 20.
Hell yeah.
Are you 20? I don't think that's.
That's not enough?
I don't think that's enough yet.
Really?
For the amount of noise that's happened, surrounded by mostly solid stone, and with where
Yeah.
she is, I don't think that's enough yet.
Okay.
fair.
Now,
Then I'll probably end up waiting this turn and like maybe the next turn, like just
Yeah.
going anyway, even if I don't hear anything.
now, this next round might be enough because it is the creature's turn.
Oh boy.
So you pass your hand through
Uh-huh.
this image and it kind of flickers a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then it disappears. And all of a sudden, sitting atop of the forge comes into view. You see the same creature, the same black snake with the red diamonds and the red eyes as it opens its mouth, except there's not one, but 4 of them. And a lightning bolt breaches forth from its mouth. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Lord, he can cast misty. It can cast image
Mirror
of
image.
itself.
Oh no.
Thank you for listening. Our cast this season consists of Scott Graves as your game master, Caitlin Evans as the fighter Demetra, Nick Meyer as the Illrigger Vesuvius, Katie Ming as the druid Alia, and Jessica Simons as the rogue Tassi. The Epicast is produced and edited by Scott and Nick, and our intro-outro music is recorded and produced by the wonderful Wilson Moyer. You can find the amazing background audio used during the game at tabletopaudio.com. The character art for the season was done by Andrea Thomas at Andrea Artistic on Twitter and can be found on our website, gravestoneproductions.com. If you like the show, there are 3 things you can do to help support us. The first is to leave us a review on iTunes and Spotify. Reviews there are incredibly important to getting new eyes on the show. The second thing, which is just as important, is to share us on social media and tell all of your friends. Tag us on there at Gravestone Crew on Twitter and Instagram. It is always more fun listening to shows your friends are listening to. The third thing is, if you have the financial capability, of course, buy us a coffee as a thanks for the work we've produced. We love doing this, and any support in such a way helps us continue to do just that. Or you could buy some of our really cool stickers, or even the rules to the Fate Token system, or the Game Master notes for Season 1 so you can run the game for your friends. You can find all of these on our buymeacoffee.com. It's buymeacoffee.com/gravestonecrew. There is also a support button on our website, and you can learn more about the other shows we do here at Gravestone Productions by going to the worldwideweb.gravestoneproductions.com.